Hi, welcome to my channel. So today we'll be making authentic Jamaican stewed chicken with ground provision. So first we'll be washing our hands. The next process is to chop our chicken. You don't want to chop it too small and you also don't want to do it too large, so you want a good medium cut on it. And this chicken has been pre-seasoned, but it will be seasoned again for the video purposes. The next step is to wash our vegetable. So right here I have tomato, bell pepper, carrot, and a hot pepper to add to our meal. The next process is to chop the tomato. And next we will dice the bell pepper. Now we'll be adding a piece of the hot pepper. You can add based on how spicy you want your meal to be. Then we're gonna be chopping the onion. Next is carrot. Then we're gonna add garlic to it. You can also add potatoes based on your liking. Then you can add ginger if you prefer. And next we're gonna re-season the chicken, so we're gonna add some Maggi all-purpose. We're gonna add some Cool Runnings all-purpose as well. Next we're gonna add Grace Browning. This is for color and taste. You also don't want to add too much of the browning or else the meat will become black. And you don't want to add too little because then it will be very pale in color. So we're going to rub this all together. Then we're going to add our vegetables to it. And also take out the seed out of the pepper, for it makes the meal a lot hotter. So depending on your spice level, you can cook with or without the pepper seeds. And then you mix this all together for it to marinate. And next we're gonna start the cooking process. So here's our pot. We're gonna get it started on high heat so it can get hot quickly. Then we add our oil, just a touch of oil. While this is getting hot, we're going to move on to separating the vegetables from the chicken because the cook time on both is different. When the oil is hot, then we're gonna add the chicken to the oil. Then we're gonna cover it so it can start to steam. We're gonna stir to check on the level of gravy already made in the pot. And to just ensure that it's not sticking, you add a bit of water for it to continue cooking, but not too much water. We're gonna check on the chicken once again. We're gonna stir it up to make sure there is enough gravy in the pot and that it's also not sticking. When the chicken is halfway cooked, then we add our vegetables to start their cooking process. We're gonna add a bit more water so there is enough liquid in the pot for the vegetables to cook properly. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more water at this point. Next, we're going to allow that to steam for a couple more minutes. Then we're going to move on to getting our grown provision ready. So first we get a pot of water. We're going to add salt and then bring this to a boil. Next, we're going to wash our hands. And then we're going to start with kneading dumplings. So first, here we have some flour. We're going to add salt and some cornmeal. You can leave out the cornmeal, it depends on your preference. And then we add water and start kneading. You don't want to add too much water for the flour to get too soft. And next we're going to go ahead and check on our chicken once again. When the chicken is almost done cooking, this is the point where we add tomato ketchup for taste. So it depends on how you like your chicken tasting, the amount of ketchup you will add at this point. And this is the point where you taste the gravy, you taste the meal to see if it's cooking to your liking. We're just gonna add a bit more here. And now we're gonna allow it to steam. Then we're gonna come over here and check on this pot, which has our grown provision cooking. And this is the final product of our authentic Jamaican stewed chicken. Enjoy. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.